This is 5 on your side at 10. Focused on you.
Tonight, we are in a weather alert as dangerously cold weather hits the bi-state. Here is a live look from our Arnold camera. You can see it is kind of snowing sideways from the strong winds we've had all day. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. That blustery cold air will make its mark in the St. Louis area over the next few days. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here with our Weather First forecast. And Scott, what can we expect tonight as we round out a very wintry week?
It has been a wintry week, but tonight it's cold, and the cold air continues to surge in and across the area. And Kelly, you just mentioned it. There's still some light snow out across the region at this hour. Looking out into St. Charles, how's it impacting traffic? Well, the main roads seem to be in pretty good shape here. You're looking in St. Charles, Highway 70 there. Even the side streets around the metro don't seem to be greatly impacted by this snow, but you really can see it blowing around there as you look down in Arnold. Nonetheless, traffic along 55's moving quite well. This is about the end of it, sliding into St. Louis right now. We've had light snow and snow showers. The back edge starting to drift in across western portions of St. Charles County into Franklin County, and that edge is sliding into parts of St. Louis and Jefferson County. Still in the Metro East, you'll get a little more here as it slides on to the east. And again, with these temperatures that right now are down into the teens and those gusty winds, wind chills across the area right around or a little below zero. We'll have to continue dealing with the winds overnight and these cold temperatures, but at least the snow for the most part is being blown off the roads, at least the main roads. We'll see in a few minutes. We'll talk about the wind chill warnings and advisories that go into effect late tomorrow night.
Looking forward to that, Scott. And tonight, thousands lost power as the Arctic blast moved in. Ameren, Missouri reported nearly 5,000 outages earlier tonight, including in Brentwood, where more than 800 customers at one point were without power. Fenton saw the most outages with about 2,000. 800 homes lost power in U City, another 1,400 in the Ballwin area, and most of those outages have been restored. And you can keep up with our latest weather coverage from the comfort of your couch. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355. Tonight, a former Uber driver is reliving a frightening night on the job. He says he got into a shootout with a rider just minutes after picking up the gunman Sunday night. Robert Townsend has the story you will only see on 5 on Your Side tonight.
It started out as a routine ride around 8:30 Sunday night for former Uber driver Joe Keith. Keith picked up 3 men at Kings Highway and MLK.
And I go to the Domino's where it tells me to pick them up at.
But within moments, the trip to North St. Louis took a heart-racing turn.
They get in, and I was like, hey, how's it going, guys? And they're like, oh, we're having a really good night.
He says when he drove them a half-mile away to Euclid and Labadie, he became suspicious after one of the guys asked to use his cell phone.
And when I turned to hand him the phone, I was met with a green light. It was a green laser.
Keith says when he turned around, the man pointed a gun right at his face and told him to get out of the car.
As I started to exit, I reached down and grabbed my gun. He said, what are you reaching for? What are you reaching for? And then I heard a pop, pop, and I started firing back.
Bullets hit the car's seats, doors, and shattered 2 windows on his wife's Toyota Corolla. Joe found this slug in the dashboard. A bullet grazed him on his chin.
I just reacted. There was a hole in my t-shirt. I didn't even know that was there until I got to the police station.
Keith says he kneeled down between the driver's side doors as he and the rider kept firing at each other. When the gunfire finally ended, the 3 men ran off.
Uber did call and make sure that I was okay.
As a result, Keith lost his job, but not his life. That's all that matters to the man married just last month and father of 2. With a baby on the way.
I can't even think about leaving them behind. I'm very lucky.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And while Keith lost his job with Uber, he's a full-time heavy equipment operator. Police are still looking for those 3 men tonight. We're trying to learn more tonight about a deadly shooting in South St. Louis. It happened on Osage Street around 2 this afternoon. St. Louis police officers found a man who'd been shot to death. He's not been identified, and police are still looking for the suspect. Jury selection is underway in the Thomas Kenworthy case. He is charged with killing St. Louis police officer Tamaris Bohannon in 2020. Police say Kenworthy barricaded himself inside a Tower Grove home and shot at responding officers. The jury is expected to be seated Tuesday. The trial is expected to last about 2 weeks. We have new details tonight into the former Ballwin police chief's lawsuit against the city. Doug Schaeffler claims he was wrongfully terminated and even alleges the decision may have been made in retaliation. Brent Solomon joins us with more on what he's uncovered in court documents and what is the former chief saying, Brent?
Kelly, the ousted chief says months ago, someone came to him with a criminal complaint against the mayor of Ballwin and with another city official. He asked a different agency to investigate that complaint. According to the lawsuit, that's when he believes attempts surfaced to remove him. Tonight, the mayor of Ballwin is calling the lawsuit, quote, frivolous.
This is the 25-page lawsuit attorneys for former Ballwin Police Chief Doug Schaeffler filed in court Friday. It comes a month after the city announced Chief Doug Schaeffler is no longer employed with the city. We wish Chief Schaeffler the best in his future endeavors. City leaders say police officers began sending complaints about the chief. The lawsuit claims allegations he created a perception that officers couldn't get promoted if they didn't drink alcohol with him. There are allegations he got behind the wheel after drinking and even bought alcohol while in uniform. Schaeffler says there is no proof of any of it. Now he's firing back, claiming the Board of Aldermen failed to comply with Missouri's Administrative Procedures Act, did not give the former chief a formal hearing, and did not issue findings of facts, depriving him of his right to due process. The lawsuit hints at possible retaliation after the former chief asked the Ellisville Police Department to investigate a criminal complaint against the mayor and a former city administrator back in September. No word on what that complaint is about. In a statement to 5 on Your Side, the mayor said this: "It is disheartening to hear the baseless allegations against the city of Ballwin. We had hoped to move forward as a city, but now are left using taxpayer money to fight a frivolous lawsuit."
And within just the past hour, I heard back from the Ellisville Police Department regarding that alleged complaint against the mayor and another former official. Ellisville's assistant chief said the alleged victim in the case did not wish to pursue criminal charges and that the investigation is considered unfounded.
All right, thanks, Brent. A new bill would limit commercial drones in the skies above St. Louis. The proposal would ban anyone from using drones to gather video of private property without written permission from the property owner. Alderwoman Alicia Saunier, who introduced the bill, says she's listening to feedback and plans to make some changes to the bill.
I think part of what we're seeing is we're in 2024 and we're having to make policy that meets the technology that we have in place today and addresses the ways that this could be used against and without consent of people and communities.
Another bill discussed today, an official call for ceasefire in Gaza. More than 100 people demonstrated at City Hall to voice their support for the resolution, which was approved unanimously. New tonight, Missouri pro sports teams are again pushing for legalized sports betting in the state. Today, they launched an initiative petition to put it on the November ballot. The proposal would allow each of Missouri's 13 casinos and 6 pro teams to offer on-site and mobile sports betting. It includes a 10% tax to fund education. Supporters have until May to submit the roughly 180,000 signatures of registered voters needed to qualify for the ballot.